What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about MicroStrategy today, MSTR. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are on this, the 22nd of May. Sorry, it's the 21st. It is the 21st, but on the Bitcoin chart, it says it's the 22nd, right? The day starts earlier. That's not a good example. That's the weekly time frame. It says it's the 22nd today. It's the 21st, but we're getting set up for the 22nd, right? So far, it's looking like the 22nd is going to open up to the upside here. Bitcoin's moving up. Looking at MSTR right now, being at $402 is very surreal. This is a moment we've been waiting for a long time, right? Just consolidating at this area, waiting patiently to break out and move higher. You've cooled off enough right here, moving sideways. You haven't really given up any price, right? You're still at the same price here as you were. You're even higher than you were back here, but back here you were overbought. Now you're not overbought. You've cooled off your indicator. Your price is still hot. It's on fire, and it wants to burn right through this whole zone here, man. It wants to go. It really does. Your indicator is cooled off. It's ready to go. You could still cool off more. You know, yesterday or the 21st was a red day, even though Bitcoin had a rather robust day in itself. Maybe there was some uncertainty going on. I promise you. I mean, as long as this price maintains, as long as we don't drop by the opening of the stock market tomorrow, MSTR is going to open up with a nice ferocity. Tenacity. I don't know what's the right word. Ferocity. It's going to open up with some momentum to the upside is the right word. Okay. Looking at the RSI here, lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price, very, very bullish, hidden bullish divergence for sure. Overall, a very bullish RSI. Living above the 50, living above the 60 is a good thing, right? Living below it, not so much. Notice how when you were living below it predominantly, you had not so good price action. Now that you're living above it predominantly, getting above the overbought zone, getting into the 60s and above the 60s, you're actually getting some positive reactions. So this consolidation phase here is super bullish, giving you time to cool off, ready to run. Where are you going to go? From a high to a low, and everybody who's watched this, channel for the past few months, you know where we're going to go, man. We're going to go all the way up from $402 from here, all the way up to $1,155, if not $1,300, if not more. Right? I think the last time that I did my math, MSTR versus Bitcoin, we made a really solid case out for this $1,300 to $1,700 area, $1,300 to $1,500 more specifically, right? I don't normally right here, it would be blasphemous to my analysis as a fib analyst to call for some kind of move that would end up in this range here between the 200 and the 2272. Between these two lines, it's not common to find resistance right here. You would normally either stop somewhere in the purple zone or continue past the yellow line and stop just above it with the 2272. But I actually would not be surprised if we did go above 1300, if we stopped somewhere between $1,300 to $1,500. But ultimately, regardless, tomato, 1100, 1700, somewhere in that zone, right there in the middle, 13 to 1500. That's where I think we're going to go, right? When are we going to get there by? End of June, early July, somewhere in that time. That's my expectation, yeah. You probably top off before or after Bitcoin, not at the same time, because you don't like to do that apparently. You don't like to top off at the same time. 1 hour RSI is cooled way the hell off. You're ready to run, man. If you were going to go lower, you would have done it. Look, you got all this volume, but you didn't go anywhere. You didn't go anywhere at all. Whenever you get volume and you're moving up, you actually move up. You don't just stop. When you do stop and you get volume, you kind of roll over a little bit more. But there's always more volume coming up, and if there is more volume to the downside, it's never consistent. It never takes you anywhere. And I think if you were to move down, you would have done so already, right? You had all the reasons to here, but you didn't. You have all the reasons to here, but you didn't. I think you're going to move up tomorrow with this bullish price behavior from Bitcoin. It's going to help launch you in tomorrow's open, unless we pull back before the market opens, of course. But that's my expectation, at least, that we won't. Double bottom on the 3-hour RSI, looking good, looking ready to run. The expectation here would be that, 1 day, 17 hours left. We got Thursday and Friday left in this week. I would anticipate that we do close this week above $430. If we don't, maybe Bitcoin and MicroStrategy consolidate for another week. Maybe this isn't the breakout that we're looking for, but I wouldn't be surprised at all if this week closed above either of these weeks here and you got above $430. Going and aiming for next week, the 27th through, what would that be? I don't know, through the end of the month there, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, the whole last 5 days of the month. Is that accurate? Oh, no, it's not, because Labor Day or Memorial Day, or yeah, that's right. Memorial Day, I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't it? Yeah. Is Memorial Day next Monday? I'm pretty sure it is Memorial Day. Yes, yeah. The 26th. Okay, so shorter week next week. Sometimes over these long weekends, you would expect to see some kind of crazy price action. I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting if we did. Most of the time for long weekends, we don't. I wouldn't be surprised if we just kind of had a boring 3-day stint and then we move up once the week begins. But talking about Bitcoin, because it moves over the weekend, right? But MSTR, I would expect by the end of the month, the whole process that I got distracted on there is that I would expect by the end of the month of May, MicroStrategy is either above $500 or very near $500. You're either at new all-time highs or you're very near new all-time highs. I very much would expect that you're breaking out and looking like you want to continue going higher into the month of June, into the month of July as well. So I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. If your question arises, is this a good time to buy? Is it going to go lower? My answer would be, I think it's a great time to buy. I think you cooled way the hell off. You're finding support at prior resistance here, prior resistance there. You're just consolidating right below this area that before gave you a lot of attitude. You rejected hard, and now you're just consolidating, dancing around it, flirting with it. You're going to get some follow through very, very soon. So my opinion is, if you don't break out by the end of this week, I'd be super surprised. Like over the next 2 days, if you didn't break out of this range by the end of the week. And then ultimately, if we just kept consolidating here for Thursday, Friday to finish up this week, next week we'll absolutely break out. It's a great time to buy. And likely tomorrow we will close above 420. Likely this week we'll close above 430. That's my expectation. I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. We're going to $1,300 or more. Bye-bye.